Hey guys, welcome back to another update of my Canadian dividend investing portfolio series. In these videos, I'm just going over my activities as a Canadian investor, mostly buying dividend paying stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I'm using Wealthsimple Trade to make my purchases. I use it because it's a commission-free broker, meaning you don't have to pay any extra fees when you buy or sell stocks. There are links in the description below if you would like to try it. I think it's a really nice platform to be using. And I also track all of my performance in my custom Google sheet that I made, which I'll show you in a second. Here in Wealthsimple, you can get pretty basic stuff like different time frames and that sort of thing. And then on individual positions or individual companies you hold, you can get kind of similar charts and some basic information here about your performance, your total value, like some basic statistics and whatever. In the spreadsheet, we can also do that, and I'll just show you what's going on over there. And we actually see a bunch of errors all over the place. So if you're already using the spreadsheet, maybe you opened it today and you saw this as well. I saw this and I was like, yo, what's going on? And then so I went into the portfolio tab. Usually what happens if in case you're using the spreadsheet and you see like errors on the summary tab, usually what means that means that there's like one stock or something like that that's just gone haywire and is throwing off everything. So basically if you get an error somewhere in this sheet, then it's going to propagate throughout the rest, including the summary tab. So this part of the video is just for the users of the spreadsheet because I know there's a lot of you, and I'm going to show you how to fix this. So I don't know what's going on with this, but I was like, when I first came in, it looked a little bit less obvious. It was just like it was like alphabetical or something like that, and so there was just like random errors mixed in. But when I sorted it in this way, and I noticed that all of the broken ones are real estate stocks. So anything ending with a SRU.UN, ARIA.UN, so anything ending with UN isn't working, and it's actually the Google Finance formulas that automatically bring this information in, like even basic information like the name. Just Google Finance is like not picking up Canadian REITs right now at all, and I was kind of like wondering what's up with that. So the first thing that I did is I went to check actually Google Finance, and here I typed in the tickers as well, like SRU.UN, and it's not showing up on Google, which was a bit concerning, REI.UN. And then I thought, okay, like what's going on, Northwest Health.UN, this one's not coming. And then I started typing in like the actual names of the stocks, like Rio, Can. I see this, but this isn't in the Toronto Stock Exchange. This is the OTC markets in the US. This is not what we're looking for. Here, it should say TSE. I also started looking for like smart centers, and I wasn't sure if there's supposed to be a space, so I removed the space. Same with Rio Cannon. Like none of these are showing up. I was like, okay, that's not good. The next thing is I went to my broker to see if they actually still exist in the broker, which would be Wealthsimple for me. And I see here, like I still have AP.UN in there, Granite.UN, HR.UN, Northwest Health.UN, REI.UN. So like all of the real estate companies are in here. They're just not showing up. Like Google is just like forgot about them for some reason, and I'm not sure why. So what I wanted to do is probably check Yahoo Finance as well. And Yahoo Finance is picking it up fine. Smart Centers is in here, REI, Northwest Health, HR, Granite. Like a lot of the ones that I hold are just here, and you can pop back and forth, whatever. So anyways, to clear the errors, what I want to do right now, it's outside of market hours. I'm filming this video in the evening, so market's closed. So this number is not changing. I could pull in maybe this number, but I've been having a little bit of issues with that. But I think for now, for the purposes of this, of just getting the spreadsheet to work, my solution right now would actually just be to copy and paste these numbers into the spreadsheet. So here I have Smart Centers 2577, REI, you can see it's 2021, Northwest Health 771, HR is 1022, Granite is 8020, and I think that's all of the REITs that I own. I think also Allied Properties, we could probably find it. If it's not showing up, you can just type it in, AP-UN. .to, it's 2263. You could also look this up in the broker in Wealthsimple and just come in here and see today's price, and we'll get the exact same numbers. So whatever you prefer, but basically just for now until Google like remembers those numbers, I just gotta paste something in there to get the spreadsheet working. So let's just do that. We're going to override these formulas. You know what? I'm just going to delete that stuff. And I'm just going to drop in the current prices that we just saw in Yahoo Finance. Okay, so I just typed all of those in, and you'll notice now when I click on these cells, it's just a value. Whereas if I click on the other current prices of other stocks that like aren't broken, it's a formula. So if you ever do something like this in the portfolio, you're welcome to. It's your own sheet if you're using it. But I really highly recommend changing the color of the font, because you're totally going to forget which ones you changed in the future, and you won't be able to find them, and like it's just not going to work. So if you ever do come in here and tamper with these things, yeah, make sure you change the font of the cell that you're working in. Here, currency is also not working, and that's kind of like throwing off some other stuff. But these are all in Canadian dollars, so I'm just going to delete these just like that, and I'm just going to type in CAD and drag that down. Now these, again, now it's just like CAD, it's just a string instead of a formula. But we're just going to, again, because that's a custom thing now, we're just going to dye it blue. So now if I I don't know, if I just mixed it up a bit, they're going to get all like spread out through here. I don't really need the names. I can just recognize what my stocks are based on the ticker. That's close enough. But like you can see here, it's really easy to get lost, like your edits to get lost, and you're going to like forget whatever. So because in the future we want to set this back to be automatic. Anyhow, now that is working for now, these prices will be static. They're not going to change. So if I come in tomorrow and I forget to update them, or if I don't come up with a formula to bring it in automatically by tomorrow and I'm checking tomorrow, these are going to be out of date. So if you're doing stuff like this, be very careful to not forget that that is what's going on in here. Hopefully in the future it will be better, and maybe I'll just sort it so we get all of the real estate ones together. If you want to check, if you do something like this and you want to check to reset, just grab the rows directly above or directly below. Grab this little corner and drag it over your colored cells. That's going to drag back in the formulas in the proper place with all of like the right numbers and stuff. And if the formulas are working, then it will bring in the correct numbers, and everything will work fine. But it's not working yet because like Google still forgot about real estate. So I'm just going to press Control Z to bring those back, and for now we're just going to roll with these. There is some formulas that we could use where I could like scrape the open price or the close price, or sometimes actually the current price right off Yahoo Finance, but Yahoo Finance is also giving some problems right now and is not letting me scrape numbers in properly. So I know there's a couple of you who have sent me emails asking about stock prices that are like not working from kind of more obscure stocks. The reason I haven't replied yet is because I'm working on those formulas, but they're not working properly. And so until I can get something stable to work, then you just gotta kind of like type it in for now. Hopefully it's just 1 or 2 stocks at a time. And anyways, and then when I get those formulas, then I'll let you know as soon as possible. So anyways, this is more like a spreadsheet like tech support day than a dividend update. But anyways, if you're still watching, then I guess it's interesting to you. So let's pop back into the summary tab, and we see that we're still getting errors here. So that means that there's something else that's probably in the transactions tab, because if we go on dividends, it's fine. It's just not going to pick up the name, and the name doesn't really matter in here because like the amount of currency that we received is user inputted. So it's going to be in the transactions tab, and here we go. Yeah, it's a stock currency thing. Oh man. Okay, these real estate guys are giving us some problems, man. Holy moly. Okay, so I'm just thinking out loud. I only hold Canadian stocks in here, but except for this one time I had a transaction of US dollars, so I'm gonna have to like highlight this something crazy so I don't forget. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna overwrite everything right now. So I'm gonna type CAD. Basically, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna have a blank cell. CAD, and I'm going to drag this over. It's going to replace all of those errors, just like that, okay? I don't want to replace over my $1 US transaction, so we're going to come down to here, and we're going to actually block that one as well, and then the rest is going to be in Canadian dollars. So if you have a mixture of Canadian and US dollars right now, and you're having issues with the spreadsheet, we just gotta like hope to the Google gods that they're gonna fix their shit, because this is kind of not great. And then shit, we gotta like probably, like I was saying, like we gotta highlight this all a different color just so we don't forget what's going on in here. So just give me a second here. Let's do this blue, because if I'm just totally going to forget about this later in the future. And when I go to release a new update, this is going to be a huge problem. So anyways, yeah, we just got to hope that Google gets their stuff together. So anyways, with all that nonsense for like 5 minutes, like roundabout whatever, here we go. Now we can finally get started with the portfolio update. So we're looking at a stock balance in my portfolio of around $81,000, give or take, up 22 massive dollars. Wow, that's 0.03%, but I guess it's good that it's in the green, which is nice because $6,000 of that has come from dividends, which means I've lost about $6,000 somewhere else, but I've made back the money in dividends, just a little bit more than I've lost overall. And also I have something that doesn't show up in here is like I've made some capital gains on stocks. Like I've bought some stocks and sold them at a higher price, and that would factor into the difference between how much I've put into the account versus how much I currently have at this moment. So anyways, but basically all of these stocks that I have, almost all of them pay a dividend. So we're looking at about $3,971 per year in dividend payments going forward, which is pretty nice because in the next year I'll be up to about $10,000 in dividends received at least, hopefully, and then it'll just keep growing and growing. So even if the stocks are like kind of going up and down over time, I feel a little bit safer getting these dividends. And long term, I'm kind of hoping that in like my retirement, I can just live off of the cash flow and not touch the principal, but we'll see how that goes. That's a very long time from now. That's like a few decades. So anyhow, so we got so we got this portfolio tab here. I'm just going to walk you through the shares that I bought today because I've already been rambling for quite a long time. But basically, I bought 2 shares of Emera, 1 share of NPI, and also 1 share of TD. So I bought TD because I like buying them when they're below $80. That's just like an arbitrary kind of limit that I set for myself that I'm trying to buy them below, which is right around my average price. Actually, Northland Power, I'm actually down 23% on them, so I'm buying them much lower than my average price being $39, and now I'm buying them for $29, so we're getting like a discount on my average price. We're basically buying that same dividend for less than I used to buy it for, which could be a good or a bad thing. And then Emera, I bought this one because it's one of the smallest positions in my portfolio, and it was I kind of thought it was at a good point right now. We can come down here. These ones are just like a watch list that I have going, but these ones are the ones that I actually hold. And Emera is like the 5th smallest position in my portfolio. A pretty decent company. They got like a 5% dividend almost. Nice utility company that just kind of like trucks going up and up and up. So and pays out their dividends. So I thought that was a good chance to jump on that. Well, they're a little bit lower than they have been lately. So anyways, with all that said, we'll just show you in Wealthsimple my activity, and we can see here that I made a deposit of $200. And then I bought some shares from Emera, 2 shares there, 1 of TD and 1 of NPI. And I've been playing around a little bit with Ballard Power in my non-registered account, but like that's only like a few $100s and nothing really interesting is happening there. So let's just focus on my tax-free savings account for now. So to get all that stuff in, I got to go into the deposits withdrawals tab, scroll down to the bottom, and log the deposit that I made in here for $200. So it was Canadian currency, and today is, I'm pretty sure, May 29th, 2023. That's what I'm going to go with for this. And then in the transactions tab, yikes. I don't even want to see all these NAs. I don't know what's up with that. Let's just drop in. I'll just save you the time and copy and paste in the values of the transactions that I just did. Now, these ones are generating the currency based on a formula, which I'm going to keep for now, and I won't dye it blue because this is standard formula. And I'm going to see this the next time I come in. I'm going to be like, what's this blue stuff? And I'll be like, oh yeah, when I was making that video, I had to do it. So this will be a good reminder for me to go back and fix that later. Anyways, let's pop back into the summary tab now here, and let's take a quick look at what's changed. So my available cash dropped down from whatever it was before to like $5. And the most important thing in here is my annual dividend income has increased. So at the beginning of the video, we were at $3,971. Now we're at $3,981. So for those shares, those couple shares that I bought came with annual dividends, and now because I own them, I own a few more, I'm going to receive more dividends per year. So it's $10 more per year, and that's why this number is going up all the time, because I'm depositing more money, buying more stocks, and I'm taking this money that I get from them and I'm buying more again, getting that dividend snowball effect. So we can see here, like for example, with NPI, which is one of the ones that I bought today. So I bought one share at a price of $29.93, and the forward annual dividend is $1.20. So for that one new share that I bought, I'm going to get $1.20 per year going forwards. And they actually pay it out monthly, so that's like 10 cents per month per share. And now I've got 81 shares. So actually per year, I'm looking at about $97 per year from this position that I hold from these 81 shares that I have of Northland Power. The same goes for TD. So I bought one share at $79, and that's going to pay me $3.84 per year. That's like the current rate right now. This will probably go up in the future, like the dividend that they pay per share per year, which is great. And then because I own like 30 of those, then I'm looking at about $115 per year, and so on. You kind of get the idea. That's why we do dividend investing. So guys, hopefully that was insightful. If you don't use a spreadsheet and you're like, what's this guy talking about with all these errors, then good for you for still sticking around. And if you do use a spreadsheet and you like saw all that stuff, just know it's not that hard to fix, and I'll probably be addressing it in future videos again if things like that go critically wrong. And hopefully you guys can keep using the spreadsheet in a moderately functioning kind of way, because with a few tweaks you were back on track and good to go. Sorry guys, that's all I got for right now. Take it easy, have a good night or morning whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.